Mrs. Grace. I don't know how somebody can be in the honeymoon. The person wants to come and learn how to make more money. Hey, Mr. Daniel, Mr. David Daniel, please can you help me explain that? Because you are married, so maybe you have an explanation to it. You know, no, but I love your quest for knowledge. I love the fact that you are not allowing your situations and circumstances to limit you and say, oh, okay, let me just, I'll catch up with the recording, because I got the slides and I'm contemplating just releasing the recording for free. Like how is such a content? And trust me, it's not because, yes, we need money to fund this. However, it's more because I want you to value it. Because most times when people get some things for free, most times, and I'm not saying all the time, they don't value it. So really, it's just to be sure that we all will value this. Let me live stream on Facebook. And yeah, we understand it's the state of things, the new normal. They said network glitches is part of our new normal, so we should just take it like that.
Okay, so our facilitator saying hi. Thank you for joining us, sir. We're glad to have you here. We can't wait to learn from you. Welcome to everyone else who has joined us. I don't know, have we done introductions and then have we set our expectations? Grace, would you mind sharing with us? I don't think it's your first time. So would you mind sharing with us what you have learned so far, and more importantly, what you have started doing? Because I've come to learn that learning is one thing, but you get the results from implementing. So can you share with us your learning experiences so far and then your implementation experience too?
Madam Marianne, can I please, pardon me to interrupt you briefly. We would like to hear from you first before any other person.
Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry, I forgot that part. Yes, I forgot that part. Well, I have joined a few sessions, right? And I would dare say that it has been really impactful. One of the ones that made a lot of impact on me was the networking session. And from there, it's made me realize that I need to take, networking seriously. It's something that I knew I needed, but it's not, I didn't really know how to go about it. So that session opened my eyes to knowing that you need to have a plan, you need to be deliberate about it, and you need to go all out to make the connections that you want. Because it's in building relationships that you get the value and the connections that you need to take you to where you want to be. So that was a very, very impactful one. Last week's session on parenting and how you train your children also opened my eyes to how, as parents, we can, and even as adults in the environment you find yourself, we can influence children to be better people, by guiding them in a particular way, either to discover themselves, to be better, to be able to choose their careers or choose the entrepreneurship path. Yeah. So both sections, I think the two that I have joined, have been really, really impactful. And I have started, from last week's session, I've started engaging my children, letting them know that how they study, what they read, and what they, that they can dream and become what they want to be. It just
amazing.
Focusing on what you want.
Thank you. Amazing. Thank you for sharing. So you can continue now with all the.
Yeah, now I'm gone. I've done mine. So
your own expectation for today, Madam Marianne.
Okay. For me, expectations for today, marketing is a big, big deal. I've always seen it as, something that I just don't know how. I don't like being in people's faces, but as a business owner, I've come to realize that it's something very important. It's like the lifeline of your business. So if you don't get to understand what to do, then you keep struggling, because you can have a very good product, but if you don't get it out there, it would not ever go far. So I'm hoping that marketing can be demystified and it won't look as such a big thing anymore. It can be broken down into actionable steps for me so that I can implement going forward. Yes, thanks.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much. So you can continue with.
So I'm done. So Grace, ladies first, can you share your expectations about today's session and then your experiences so far? Hello, Grace, can you hear me?
You can move to the next person. Just
okay. If you are not ready, you can also use the chat box if you prefer. If you're not ready, can we have Mr. Moses Awolola? Please share your experiences so far. If it's your first time.
He has been consistently consistent.
Awesome.
And
awesome. It's awesome.
He's the chief pharmacy at the Lagos State Ministry of Health.
That's great. Please, can you share your
Mrs. Moses, if you can share, like, because you, trust me, you're an elderly man, it's not possible to just be consistent. You must have been, there's something this is doing to you. And so we want to hear.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
So it's my pleasure to be here again this afternoon.
Thank you.
Well, I want to say that since I've joined this platform, I've learned a lot. And I can say that most of the things that I've been learning, it's not what I've not heard about, but they have not been articulated in a formal way, in the way I've been learning them. For example, about the parenting. You know, I've learned about a lot about parenting lecture of last week. You know, like you said, I am into the formal sector. I work with government.
Yeah.
And in the fact, I've attempted to diversify. I've had a pharmacy store of my own. But along the line, I had to stop because of various challenges. But going forward, I know now if I'm able to have the opportunity again, I know that I'll be able to do it better. Right. And also, my wife is an entrepreneur.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And when the guest lecturer of last week was talking about the parenting, I was saying, wow, because like during the pandemic, the baby of the house, because my wife is into confectionaries making, she makes kitchen, she makes plantain chips. So our children have been exposed to it. So during the lockdown, our baby, the last one of the house, just last onto the opportunity. She went to a business center, did a printout and pasted all over the estate.
Wow.
Now making is it shawarma for everybody. We thought a boy of 12-year-old, we thought it was a small thing. And lo and behold, everybody was calling and booking for shawarma. So that's how she became a supplier of the shawarma in the neighborhood. And I see, so when they were talking about parenting and how to be involved our children in entrepreneurship and what we do, and I said, okay, so this thing that we are doing, so it's what people have thought about and have been able to articulate, into a formal teaching that can be imparted. So I can say that I've not remained the same since I joined this platform, and I know going forward, I still have a lot to learn. Today, I believe that marketing is the soul of business. No matter how robust a business is, if the marketing is lacking, that will not be patronage. So I still want to learn how marketing can be affected in helping one's business. So that is what I can say for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing your expectations. Thank you for sharing your experiences so far. Glad to know that you gained a lot from these sessions. It's awesome. Thank you. Sister Grace, are you ready now?
Yes, I am. I think you didn't see Mrs. Gray's comment in the chat box. So she said, I want to learn on digital marketing.
Okay. Yes, I just saw it.
I've gone through his slides and I can tell you that your expectation will be met, definitely. He sent Mr. Daniel David Daniel, oh my God. You know when you have a white man name, that's how we used to confuse white men. So yes, I'm definitely sure that you will get that. So let me quickly run you through the profile of Greatness Unleashed by Love Foundation. I hope everyone can see my slide.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so Greatness Unleashed by Love Foundation's vision is to raise men and ladies of global and internal influence. We do this by reaching out, meeting the needs, teaching and nurturing people, who, especially those that have been abused, orphans, sex workers, prisons, and the underprivileged ones, to believe that they are unconditionally loved, believe there is greatness in them, unleash their greatness, and unleash their greatness irrespective of their past and present. And we visit orphanages, prisons, hospitals, amongst other things that we do. We are registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission as Greatness Unleashed by Love Foundation. And we have held life-transforming meetings at 10 tertiary institutions. We have done projects for orphanages, prisons, brothels, rehabilitation centers, secondary schools, and schools for those with special disabilities in the southern, western, and eastern part of Nigeria. And we are at every tertiary institution, we empower the female and everyone present. So usually when we say female, is because we have a goal of not of achieving gender balance, right? And so we equip them with financially with skills such as makeup, Ankara accessories, amongst others, liquid soap, perfume production, liquid lemonade juice. And we did a project called Feed 50 project, which was focused on the first Abraham Maslow hierarchy of need, which is hunger, food. And we're able to help about 2,000 people, including roadside sellers, street hawkers, truck and wheelbarrow pushers, and you see the pictures briefly. And we believe that the work of rehabilitation cannot be achieved by the government alone and even the government agencies. We hold intercessory prayers, and currently we are doing a 21 intercession to birth the new Nigeria, and we have 4 days. We have 4 days to go, right? We had some break because I had a lot, to sort out in the last 2 days. So all the prayer meeting is virtual and it holds on Zoom. We have a sister platform called Shushan the Palace that prepares unmarried ladies for their king and the God kind of marriage. And the focus of this is to, reduce the rate of divorce and dysfunctional homes and individuals. We believe that the home is the basic unit of life. Our goals are aligned with the Sustainable Goals Development and the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. And the first is ending poverty in all its forms. And of course, that's why we do the Start With What You Have, the Financial Independence series, titled Start With What You Have. And this has been on for 12 weeks. This is the 12th week. So these are some of the pictures of the practical session that we have done to achieve that goal. The Zero Hunger goal is why we did the Feed 50 project, and we want to upgrade it right now to a catering outfits in every tertiary institution where we have a catering outfit, and also we feed 50 people, you know, daily, that 50 underprivileged people daily, and also empower people with jobs. So these are some of the pictures from the Feed 50 project. And the next is the good health and well-being. And we do this in partnership with professional therapists, counselors, and coaches like Mr. David Daniel. And we do this to support our beneficiaries with their mental health, you know, emotional health. And our flagship program in every tertiary institution is making sweet lemonade out of your bitter lemons. And I'm currently writing a book on it that would, please, I need you to push me. If you can push me, disturbing me every day, you know, because the book is supposed to come with the Rescued by Love book before the end of the year. Rescued by Love is out already. So for you to know how I've been procrastinating this project. So we reach out majorly to ladies, and that is why we started Shushan the Palace, although we are upgrading it now to admit men as well, because we notice that achieving gender equality and empowering women and girls is something that a lot of organizations are doing, and it's looked like the men, I don't know, maybe people are abandoning the men right now. So the ladies are intelligent, smart, you know, they are up there, and when they meet this guy that is saying is interested in them, the guy is talking like Otondo. So really, we are upgrading that part. So these are some of the pictures of the graphics of Shushan the Palace meeting. And the next, which is the last but not the least, is the reduced inequalities. So I currently did a facilitation program with CIPM, you know, to facilitate employability skills for those with special disabilities. And so when we reach out, we also reach out to those with special disabilities, even the School of the Blind, among others. So these are some of the projects, pictures of some of the projects we have done. This one on my extreme right, my right, is at a strip club, and these are volunteers that went to reach out to the strip club, you know, somewhere around Ikeja, where we just want these ladies to know that there is, you deserve to be loved unconditionally. There's greatness in you, and you can unleash it irrespective of your past and present. More pictures showing on the screen, and more pictures. And these are some of the marriages at Shushan the Palace. Mrs. Grace Temitope is in Shushan the Palace, and she's even one of the people that, did I say one of the people? She was there, like when Shushan the Palace was just an instruction for me from God. Mrs. Grace, you know, was there, and I was just bouncing my ideas on her that, oh, I had this instruction, you know, and I just don't know how to implement it. And she was there as a friend, you know, up until the implementation. And thankfully, she got married last week. So that's why I was accusing her that she's in honeymoon and she's here to learn how to make more money. So these are some of the pictures of more of what we have done. And the washing machine was for an orphanage. I went to this orphanage and I saw that the woman had like 40 children. And I was wondering, like, how do you wash clothes for 40 children? Me, I can't even wash my own clothes with my own hands, you know? So yes, proudly lazy. Somebody can say, oh, she's lazy. You can say it in your mind. I've said it out. You know, I'm proudly lazy. So I'd like to connect with you on social media. Please connect with us. These are our social media handles. And we also like to solicit for your partnership and support. And like I say, our partnership is not limited to finance alone. So you can partner with us with your skills. If you know how to structure a not-for-profit or a business or any advisory service that you can give to us as a not-for-profit, or just volunteering is also there. So the links are showing on the screen. I'm supposed to have sent this, but just forgive me. They are showing on the screen, and we'd like to get your feedback at the end of today's session. This is also the link. It will be displayed in the chat box shortly. Please fill the feedback, and thank you for joining us. I am certainly sure that today's session will be the best you have ever attended, and to be worth your time. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so I'm supposed to read the profile of our speaker for today. But for some weird reasons, technology, I think I renamed the file and I lost it. So I'll just read from my phone. Or should I? Okay, I know what to do. I would.
Can we give you a few minutes to?
I'm trying to pull it straight from my. Can you see my screen? Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great.
Yes,
So
we can.
David Daniel is the Divisional Manager South of Fitson Healthcare PLC at Sabah Delta State in Nigeria, just in case we have someone watching outside Nigeria. He is fondly called Danny Man and is a certified life coach. When I say certified, professional life coach, like when we spoke, I was like, wow. He's an inspirational and motivational speaker who is passionate to see people succeed in life and business. He believes anyone can and will succeed if he or she embraces the discipline of success. He has also served as a teenage coach, a vision he has pursued passionately for over 2 decades. He teaches teenagers principles to maximize their teenage years and also guarantee an enviable adult. With love and joy, can we unmute ourselves and please put our hands together as we welcome our speaker, our facilitator for today, Mr. Daniel David. Thank you so much.
Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Mr. Daniel David. We're glad to have you here.
More. So my uncle, I told you last week when I was announcing this session that my uncle, Mr. Adedola Atolago, was to take this session. So he called him at a very short notice. And so he's doing this for us. Me, I used to say that if you call me at a short notice to do something, it must be great in my hand for me to say yes to it. So I want to say thank you for honoring my uncle, Mr. Adedola Atolago. I'm currently in his house, you know, and it's such an honor. So he's my brother. Yeah, in fact, I call him my destiny helper. And so thank you so much for honoring my brother. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence. We are so grateful, and we know that this session will definitely be valuable to you as well and to us. Thank you. Over to you, sir. You can share your screen.
All right. I hope you can all hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you so much for this awesome opportunity. Yeah, it was a short notice. Your uncle Dola and I have been colleagues for years, and he's been a fantastic friend. I decided to do it, not because I had all the time, but necessarily because this is one of the things I enjoy doing. Like you read in my profile, by God's grace, I'm a certified coach, and what I live for is to see that people succeed, right? I simply believe that any dummy, that's the right word I use, any dummy can succeed if you're willing and ready to embrace the principles and the disciplines of success, because success comes at a cost. I must also sincerely and amazingly appreciate the feedback I have gotten from a few people here. You guys are doing a great job, greatness. I've just met you for a couple of hours, a couple of days, and it's interesting to see that you're doing something awesome.
Thank you, sir.
I am touched by the feedback from Mr. Moses.
Yeah.
Interesting to see how we learn that we model our children more by actions than the words that we speak.
Absolutely.
I would love to meet that shawarma maker.
Yes,
it's a great inspiration to me.
Really great.
I also want to say that you have also made my stay on this platform very comfortable. I thought I was the only male on this platform, but when I saw your face rather, I think I was a lot comfortable that I'm in a safe hands. Right?
Mr. No, you're not the only, and he's not even the only man. So Demcow, you can see Demcow. Demcow is Demilade.
I'm just seeing them coming up.
Oluwaseun Fajano as well is also a man. So fear not.
Okay. All right, exactly. So this evening, I'll attempt to share a few of my thoughts. It's not an earn to learning. And I trust that the things that we share will not make any difference if we don't work with them. So it's important that in the next 40 minutes, whatever we learn, if it's one thing, if it's two things, let's just put them down and begin to run with them as I begin to share my slides. Am I up?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Or is it my network?
No, it's not. It's not yet up.
Okay, just hold on. Okay, excellent.
Yes, you have.
Marketing for startups. It's also very good to appreciate every entrepreneur and everyone that is managing a startup in whatever industry you have found yourself. I must tell you that being an entrepreneur is not a decision. Being an entrepreneur is a ministry, it's a calling, right? And then there's usually grace released upon entrepreneurs that is not released upon employees. So managing a startup is very good. When I started my first business about 8 years ago, I remember that we had so much sales that first day that it took us less than a minute to count the money. And then my wife
that's a great sarcasm.
I said, ha, we sold very well. We sold 25 naira. She said to me, a young man, are you sure of this idea? And I remember saying to her, if we're going to sell 25 naira for the next 3 years, we will not shut it down. And amazingly, that year, we had a turnover of 10 million.
Wow.
Which was very impressive. It was a daily business that gave us 10, 30, 25,000. And I was really wondering, like, this is not what I set out to do. I thought my daily revenue would be like 250, 300,000 and all that. But I decided to set up a system on Excel sheet and track the sales. And I discovered that every month I was doing about 800 to 1 million. And it was amazing.
Wow.
So when you have a startup and you're ready to go all out, I'll encourage you that you please go all out for it.
Thank you.
There is a future in it. There is a future in it. So don't relent. It may not be easy at the initial start out, but just persist, keep at it. I can assure you that there is a silver lining at the end of the tunnel.
Thank you, sir.
Where did I jump to? Sorry. All right. So as a way of introduction, you see, at the root of growth in every startup or in every organization is marketing. How you position yourself in the space where you do business or in the industry where you play, how you differentiate yourself amongst other competitors is also tied to marketing. Therefore, you have to learn to know how to market your startup by learning how to develop your strategy and connecting to your audience. Your audience could be existing clients or existing customers or new customers. You also have to learn to adjust your marketing strategies, tweak it, you know, because you may not necessarily get it at the first start. So you keep tweaking it, and keep improving on it. And then you need to also put measures in place to track your investment into marketing. So we will run through this. I can show you, it's just a few thoughts. You also take the responsibility to pick the things you can pick and then get back to learn more. The first step we'll be looking at marketing for startup is that you have to learn to outline your strategy. What is your marketing strategy? All startups are not the same. And in the same vein, marketing strategy differ depending on where you are or where you play. For example, I say to people, I play in the pharma industry, and you know, you don't advertise or market everything in pharma industry because it's a regulated industry. And there are other regulated industries. So you have to understand where you play. But no matter the industry you play, there are 4 components that are key to your marketing strategy when it comes to startup. And these 4 components treated with all sense of seriousness. The first is, what is your goal in business? The second is, who are your audience? Where's the market? The third is, you have to run a market research. And you see, the fourth is, you must have a budget for your marketing expense, right? There must be a goal. Who are your audience? Who are you looking out to? Who are you out there to sell to? Who are you out there to convert their leads into paying customers? You have to also know your market. You have to know the industry where you play. And then what budgets do you have for your marketing? Let's look at the goals. In the early stages of your business, your goals actually is what defines your success. And it could vary. People have different reasons for, you know, getting into business. Some persons get into business to make money. It's not a bad idea. But if you get into business to make money, I can assure you that it's not sustainable. Right? It's not sustainable. But when you get into business,
sorry to interrupt you, Mr. David. Your volume went low. Is there something, or is it just me?
No, it's not. I was almost commenting saying the volume started dropping.
Your volume dropped.
I just go back a bit that regardless of where you play, there are 4 major components. Can you hear me? Madam Marion, can you hear me?
I can. Yes, I can. Yes,
okay,
I can.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right. I said there are 4 components we have to look out for. What is your goal in business? Right. Who are your audience? You have to look at the market research, and then you also look at your budget, because marketing comes with a cost, at a cost, right? So, like I was saying, that your goals, it's important that every entrepreneur, that we have the right goals. I said that if you get into business for the sake of making money, it's good, but it's not sustainable. It's not something that drives you. But if you get into business with a mindset to solve a problem, right? The tendency is that you will stay longer in that business, and you get excited as you see more of your problems being solved, more of you solving problems for people. That is to say that if you don't make money at the early start of your business, but you're breaking even, the passion to continue is there, right? When you see problems being solved, right? So no matter what the goals are, there are 2 major goals that are often, established in every startup. And these 2 goals is that 1, they are either raising brand awareness, the product that you're selling, you want people to know more about it, or number 2, you are hiring new customers. You're raising brand awareness, what you're selling, and then you are acquiring new customers, right? And while both categories are important, it's also important that you develop or you give priority to either of them. It is either you want to raise awareness for your brand, or you want to acquire more customers. As we journey through this presentation, have to make a decision of what to do. It's either I want to get more customers in my startup because you need more money to run that business, or you just want to raise awareness on your brands. And then we'll see where either of them takes us, or both of them are very important. Now, raise brand awareness. If you were starting a new business, it's important that you introduce yourself to your potential customers or clientele, right? I listen to a number of us, and I know that a number of us here are Christians. And there's a portion of the Bible that says that when we're witnessing for Christ, we should start from our Jerusalem, right? So it's important that when you're starting your business, you introduce yourself to your Jerusalem, right? Let the people know what you stand for. Let your potential customers know. It's amazing. You know, that's, what's it called? Shawarma seller. He made a little poster, whatever he made, and he went around his community. That is a strong marketing strategy. He went around his community to introduce himself. Nobody actually knew that he would make shawarma. But he had to consciously, intentionally tell the market that I am a shawarma maker. Right. So in raising brand awareness, you must first tell the people around you, your potential customers or your client, what you offer. And how do you tell them? You tell people who you are. Who are you, Mrs. Miriam? What do you do? What sets you apart from everyone else? I'm a certified coach. My name is Daniel David. What I do is that I coach people to succeed in life and in business. And what sets me apart? I am not a self-claimed coach. No, I'm a certified coach. I am not a consultant that tell people this is how to do it. No. But what I do is that I lead people in a partnership in the process of heighten their awareness and bring them to a point where they own their action and they're
Awesome.
able to do actions.
Awesome. Awesome.
Right. So when brand awareness is critical to you, a number of things happen. One, your goal in your marketing strategy will revolve around about getting people to recognize your brand name, getting people to recognize your logo, getting people to recognize your products. Right. If I may ask a question, how many of you here can quickly and easily remember the company that makes Indomie?
I'm struggling to remember.
Okay, but can you remember Indomie? You know, you remember Indomie because there was so much energy in raising the brand,
Of Indomie.
pushing the brand to the people, right?
Yes.
And people, they don't even know the source of the Indomie.
Absolutely.
It happened to me until I had to just, okay, why are people making Indomie? I think it was one company called Duffy.
Yes, you're right, sir. Duffy Farmer. Yes.
Exactly.
You're right.
So you saw, like most of the online or e-commerce that we have today, they don't actually have brand names. Well, you just have people shopping, right? They just shop. Why? Because what they actually project is their product.
I see.
What they actually project is their product. So if as a startup, the strategy you want to use is to project your product awesome. So people get to know your product. But you see, in a long term, as your startup begins to grow, there needs to be a realignment between your product and then your brand name. Right. Where you now have a big brand and people cannot connect that brand with your name, then there is a disconnect. That is why you see Indomie adverts today. When they are done with the Indomie advert, the last advert, you will see them. You know, there's a strong presentation of the company's name that Indomie is manufactured by this company. Why? Because they are trying to connect the company to the brand name. So if your startup is to raise brand awareness, it's very good. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
The second strategy is to acquire new customers. acquire new customers a priority. Your goal might include getting new people to sign up on your platform. You know, sign up to be coached by greatness, or encouraging them to become active users of your product, or you convert leads into paying customers. Right, there are a number of people online today that once you get to their page, we'll get down to that, either their landing page, either their website, they find a way to gather details from you. Before I log into this program, I have to complete a form. You know, Greatness has so much designed her platform so that everyone that visits, she collects their form. She collects all of their details, their data. Right. Now, that could be an avenue of acquiring customers. Now, the next phase is, what do I do with these details I have gotten? Should I encourage them to become active users of my product? Should I convert them, these leads that I have gone into paying customers? So it is important that for you to reach this goal, you will need to develop a marketing strategy. By using effective designs like she has done with Zoom, you can use what they call copy, reproduce data that has been stored. You can call telemarketing. Number of us here subscribe to DSTV, right? You get them calling you, right, to have a chat with you, right, on why you have not subscribed. If there's anything they can do for you, they can customize their service to you. Are you straining your ears?
Yes, we are.
Sorry, I guess the network.
Yes, I know. Or maybe you can just speak into the microphone a little more.
Okay.
Speaking louder now that you have if we were straining our ears.
Can you hear me now? Maybe
Yes.
You can hear me now. Okay,
yes.
I'll stay like this and then be talking into the microphone.
So sorry, eh?
No
Sorry,
problem.
sir.
No problem.
Thank you.
And you see, I was saying if acquiring new customers is your goal, then you need to develop a marketing strategy using effective designs, like Greatness has done with her Zoom, to gather data and details of clients or participants who attend her events, right? You can also do call it telemarketing. And when you do this, the intention is to grab people's attention and make them want to engage in your business. Grab people's attention and make them want to engage in your business. We have looked at the goal. Now we need to define your audience. It's important to also understand that no matter the type of startup, it is crucial for your marketing to reach the right people with the right message. I like to emphasize that it's important for your marketing to reach the right people with the right message.
Okay.
If you reach the right people with the wrong message, you lose them. If you reach the wrong people with the right message, there is a disconnect. Therefore, in developing your marketing strategy, you need to take time to think about who your ideal audience is, or who you want your audience to be. When I ask a question, when you see an advert on diaper, take for example from Procter & Gamble, the advert on Pampers, who is their audience? Who are they targeting?
Mothers.
Mothers with babies.
Who are they targeting?
Oh, that's true. Mothers with babies. I like that clarification, Madam Marianne. Thank you.
Mothers with babies.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh,
I said
awesome.
mothers, so she said mothers with babies, and that's very more specific.
Awesome. You could see that they were able to target their audience. They're targeting their mothers
with babies.
But in that communication, some person could say, it's Pampers now, are they reaching out to the babies? I mean, they are cleaning and wiping the baby's bum bum. But you see, you have to understand that the babies do not have the power to influence decisions.
Yes.
And because they do not have the power to influence decisions, they are not the target. So they are actually targeting parents, because it's not just the mother with baby that has the baby. They're also targeting the father. And so it's amazing why you see the adverts come in between adult programs. Why? Because they are targeting parents with their message. So who are your targets? Who are you reaching out to? What demography are you using? Are you using age? Are you using sex? Are you using whatever? I remember there was a time that this company came out with the makers of cowbell. They came up with a product called Nunu. I don't know if you can remember that milk, Nunu.
Yes, I remember, sir.
Nunu was a clear brand targeting the northern market.
Oh, really?
Nunu is a northern language.
Yes,
right?
I remember.
So they were targeting the north. Right, they were targeting the north. And so when anybody hears Nunu in the north, it's like, wow, they are packaged the natural Nunu that they drink into a more presentable
Interesting.
form. So your language can also be crafted in such a way that you are able to connect with the audience that you're reaching out to. I mean, you talk about swag today. You're reaching out to a different age. There are certain terminologies you can also wire into your marketing that will help you, target the right audience. Are we together?
Yes, we are, sir.
So as you're developing a marketing strategy, you need to take time to think about your ideal audience. Who you want your audience to be. What line of business are you into? Are you into clothing? If I'm into clothing for children, children can't make those decisions, so you still have to target parents. If you're into IT, what demography are you using? If you're you're in the food industry and your business is just to make food for the working class, right?
Yes,
who don't have time to cook, right? Who don't have time to cook. I just got an idea. Greatness doesn't like washing. I mean, that's a good business opportunity for somebody.
Yeah.
Right? No problem. Bring it now. Watch for you now. I mean, it helps you. So define who your audience are. Your audience could be your locality. Right. That woman that fries akara by the roadside. Her audience, everybody who walks around there. Everybody who lives around there and perceives the smell of akara. Who wants to come and buy akara. So she has situated her business in such a way that she can reach her audience. Here are a few questions that you can ask yourself. A few questions you can ask yourself to actually clearly define who your audience is or are. What are you offering your potential customers? What are you selling? What's the product? What is the service? I work with the pharmaceutical industry. And then what are we offering? We're offering healthcare products. Products to keep you healthy and products that are curative. Right. What makes you stand out? Marketing is what makes you stand out. Marketing differentiates you. Why would a customer choose you over your competitor? There's what is called unrivaled benefits. What do you offer? After you have sold your products to your clients or your customers, do you bother to get feedback from them? What is the after-service feedback? It will help you define who your audience is or who your audience are. If you are into a business-to-business, what will your product be more beneficial to business of a certain size or within a certain industry? Like I said, I work within the pharma industry, but we outsource our logistics to a third party. Why do we outsource? We outsource because we are focusing on our core competence, right? So that transaction is between a business to a business. Then you have a business to a client where you sell directly, right? So your startup today, are you selling a solution which is a business to a business? What is the size of organization that can use your product? It's your business from business to client, right? Maybe you're into the food industry. I mean, you supply individuals, just like Mr. Awolola said. I mean, you are into the food industry and you make plantain chips, chin. Are you supplying to the end users or you supply to wholesalers who now supply to the end users? So you should be able to define if your business is that business to client or business to business. So this will also help you define who your clients are. So if you have a business that you should be going to businesses, you'll be going directly to clients. So if you have a startup, instead of going to businesses, you go directly to clients. Right. Are we together?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, we are.
Good.
That's good.
Now, you need to find your place in the market. According to a study that was done, a lack of demand in the marketplace is the #1 reason startups fail. I started by saying that you have to be clear about your intention, your purpose of getting into business. Right. The reason why most startups fail is because of lack of demand. Demand for their solution, demand for their product. Maybe because the product or the service being offered does not solve a problem. If you're setting out in business, you must be clear, what am I going out to solve? That is what creates a market for you. Or possibly because the service or the product that you have is not unique enough to set you apart. Or maybe the focus is too narrow and the pool of customers is not large enough to build a successful company. Are you with me? You have a product that reaches out to only look for a very tiny, a product that healthcare products that reaches out to just a very small set of people, right? The tendency is that that business may die off very easily. But if you have a pool of customers, a product that has a wide range of customers, you'll be able to find market to sustain that business. Or maybe because it's not just well positioned correctly and never had the chance to reach the right people. So this is a very strong point in your startup. Where are you positioned? Right? Imagine an carouseller, right? Looking for a shop like a supermarket where she'll be frying a car. Where you are positioned as a startup determines and gives you the chance to reach the right people. Right, so you have to find your place in that market space. In finding your place in the market space, we'll look at this. To give your new startup a better chance of avoiding this common pitfall, take time to thoroughly research other products
on the market and gauge interest from your potential customers. What product do you intend to sell? I'll take a practical example. When my wife wanted to get into her food business, she's into health drinks that she makes, must be naturally consumed. So she got into researching, and she came up with this idea to make tiger nut drinks. And she looked at the market and discovered that the offering in the market was not of great quality, of good quality. And so she decided to work on the quality of that product. She decided to also extend the variants. Instead of having just the tiger nut classic, you could have the tiger nut with ginger, the tiger nut with this, the tiger nut with chocolate. And so she came up with about 4.
Tiger nut with chocolate.
So she came up with like four variants of that drink. She came up with.
Can we mute our mics? Sorry about that, sir. I just needed the interruption to be taken care of. Please, can we all mute our mics? Thank you. Please go ahead, sir.
Good, thank you very much. So she came up with those products. Why? Because she had been able to gauge interest in her market. And then she did what we call sampling, and then made this product and gave to her potential customers. And it was amazing. The feedback from that simple experiment gave her a huge sales leverage, right? So those people she actually served the samples became her first-hand, marketers, and they began to, through word of mouth, tell other people that, oh, what they have been drinking is chaff. There's another drink in town. You need to just taste it, and from tasting it, they get hooked on. And as I can speak to you presently today, she's already taking so many orders for her Christmas business. Right. Once again, you have to also determine if there's enough demand to sustain that your business. That your startup, is there enough demand for it in the market? If there's enough demand, you can now start thinking of how to tell your target audience about all the great stuff that you have to offer. When you have done all this, you now look, okay, I have great demand. This is how I am going to communicate what I have to offer. Then you have to determine your budget. The marketing budget for startup will be affected by several factors, which includes your operational costs and your revenue. You're starting a business, there's so little in your hand, and there's so much to do. I remember when we started our first retail business, right? Our marketing, can you hear me, Mrs. Miriam?
It's not very clear. That's why I'm trying to put so I'm probably thinking it's from my end, but
I'm speaking into the mic and others hear me too.
Yeah. My greatness, can you hear very well? Maybe I need to get a headset to make it easier for me, but every other person
headset.
Yeah. Okay, please.
I'm also struggling to hear,
Okay. Sound check. Please send your response to the chat room. If you're hearing clearly, indicate, and if you're not hearing clearly, indicate.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just use
the chat box.
Let me get a headset. I'm going to do something so that everybody can hear.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Madam Miriam's. Okay, I wanted you to celebrate her. She's been doing a fantastic job so far. Am I the only one that feels that way? And she reached out to me, reached out to me to say she wants to volunteer to moderate today. So I was like, hey, Jesus, how will I tell my mommy to do something for me, for us? Thank you so much, Ma. We really appreciate you. Please, let's celebrate her. and tell her thank you.
Yes, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Can you hear me now?
Thank you so much. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
Mr. Daniel.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Are you speaking through your laptop or your phone?
My phone.
Okay.
I think the other way was better.
Better now?
Yes.
You think so? I think we're still managing to hear the other time.
All right.
It's our new normal.
So sorry. So I said that you have to determine your budget. And usually when your budget, your marketing budget. And usually for startups, you know, the budget is usually very lean, you know, because you are investing in the core of the business, right? Because you're also looking at the operational cost and then your revenue forecast. But you see, no matter how much money you are able to set aside for marketing, it is important to spend wisely. Like I said, the first marketing approach that we used when we started our retail was just to print some numbers of flyers, and then we went to the community where the retail shop was situated, and we circulated, you know, the flyers. We went to churches, we went to mosques where they were circulated the flyers, and we also made it a point of duty that any walking customers will go with a flyer in the nylon that they come with, or the one that we will give to them. Right. Why? Because the budget for our marketing as at then was very lean. So whatever budget you have for your marketing, it must be spent wisely. Your marketing must align with your goals, so that your lean budget, you focus your marketing money, be it in dollars or naira, on the channels that will help you to achieve them. For example, it was a community pharmacy. You know, at that start, there was no need going online, because our goal was to service the health need of that particular community, right? So the lean budget we had was to raise our awareness within that community.
Mr. Daniel.
What's happening?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, can you turn on your video on your phone so that as you're talking, we're seeing you. So you just turn off the video for the laptop and just continue.
Are you not seeing me on the laptop?
No, we can't see you on the laptop.
Right.
I'm seeing you.
We were seeing you from, you know, the screen will project where you're talking from. So, thank you. Apologies, everyone. Technology is now part of our new normal, and we just have to maximize the use of it.
All right, so
Right,
I'll run through determining your marketing budget. Because of the lean budget you have at the start of your business, it's important that you channel your resources wisely, right? You realign your marketing with the goal of your business. Remember, the goal of the business is either raising an awareness for your brand or acquiring new customers, and other goals of your business that may be personal to you and your business, right? The last point on this one is that you should not be afraid to make adjustments along the way, or to try something new if a particular channel does not prove, you know, fruitful. When we started our retail outlet, when we used the flyers, when we spoke with people, we were not getting the full benefit of our marketing strategy. So what we needed to do was to network. We decided to network with other affiliate medical facilities around. We networked with laboratories, medical laboratories. We networked with private hospitals. We networked with medical researchers within there, so that whatever health needs or health challenge their clients would present, we could enjoy referrals. Right, are we together?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Very valid point. Thank you.
So the second step, after the first step we have looked at, is that you have to reach your audience on the right channels. This is where the marketing proper comes in. And I'm going to looking at 5 channels here. The first channel is your website, right? A website is a versatile marketing tool that works around the clock, 24/7, 7 times a week, 31 times in a month. And what does the website do? It helps you to communicate with your audience and to grow your business. Right, you don't have to be there. Anybody who goes to your website will see you. The website will introduce you to them. Your website will tell them what you offer. Your website will tell them the price of what you want. And if there's any other information they require, everything is on the website. I see there are a number of IT companies that offer tools to help you build your professional website. And if you do not, and even if you do not have any web design experience, you don't need to have a web design experience. I just got this MailChimp. You go online, they will help you build it, and some for free. Right. So if your startup requires that you have online presence, please go on and have a website. Somebody may say, I don't have that course. Let's go to the next point. You don't need to have a full-blown website, but you can have what they call a landing page. A landing page is not a full website. It's just a page that tells who you are, what you offer, and it can serve as a point to collect data, a point to engage clients, a point where you can convert leads to paying customers. So if you're not ready for a full website, or you like a single page and encourage customers to take a particular action, or you start a landing page. For example, you have a business and you sell groceries, you sell wristwatch, you sell whatever you sell, you can have a landing page, right? Where you display whatever you need to display, and then a link to what the customer needs to buy. Now, landing pages are a great way to collect email addresses. Like I shared with you, GreatX did something like that. You know, sell an item or provide people with a quick overview of your business, your newest product, or the services that you offer. It's not a full-blown website. It's just a landing page, just one page. And it tells that visiting client, that potential customer, what you offer. It allows you to collect their details. Remember, the details you collect tells you their leads that you can convert to clients tomorrow. You give, your walking online customers an overview of what you offer, your newest product, and the services you can offer. So as you create your website, here are a few other aspects that you need to keep in mind. You need to get a domain name. You need to set up Google Ads. You also need not to forget the search engine optimization. This is a whole lot of class on its own, but just have it at the back of your mind when you're going into developing a full-blown website. I mean, whoever you engage or your partners or your affiliates will also help you in doing this. The second channel we're looking at is email. Email marketing is an effective way to build a relationship with your audience and keep them engaged over time. I receive a minimum of 50 mails every week. I don't get to read all of them, but these are platforms. These are businesses that I have registered with over the years, and they have kept in touch with me as a client by sending to me what they offer, the promos they have, updates on their new product, updates on their services, updates on improved services. So you can also do this. Today, Greatness has my email. And so if there's any updates that she wants to send on her foundation, just like I have subscribed, she's able to send that to me. She's able to market me on that platform. She's able to introduce a new product. She's able to tell me the progress they have made. To your website or to your landing page, you can also collect email addresses from visitors. Then start sharing your update of your services, the content you have, the product you have, and every other thing else that you might want, your customers to have free access to. So if you decide you would like to take things to, take things further, you can also ask for extra information from your contacts. A brief story, a man visited a hotel. He's a regular visitor in that hotel. And every time he visits that hotel, he will always ask them, please get me warm water with a pinch of salt. Warm water with a pinch of salt. Warm water with a pinch of salt. So after a while, he did not visit that hotel. Then he had to visit them some other time. And when he got there, he asked them, please get me warm water. Amazingly, do you know what happened? The receptionist, sir.
A pinch of salt.
The receptionist said, sir, don't you mind a pinch of salt? And he was surprised and said, how? And he said, every feedback you gave, we had it recorded. So for everybody that walks into that hotel, the requests they make with some peculiarities, they are always written down, just like an email. And so he forgot and he said, okay, please get me the pinch of salt too. So your email gives you that opportunity to reach out to your clients or would-be clients. I know there are settings that you can also do that this email to just be sent as a broadcast message, automated. So you don't have to start typing and sending to one person. There are softwares that you can get that will do this for you without stress. We look at the social media platform. You see, the social media usage worldwide continues to grow. So does the importance of incorporating social channels into the marketing plan for your startup. Whether you are creating and scheduling posts across channels, posting directly or creating ads, social media can quickly communicate with your existing fans, friends, and customers. It will also help you to grow your business. It will also help your website, your store, and your products. So you see, the social media is a strong marketing platform for startups that require online presence. So your business, are you online? Your business, are you on the social media? Your business, what is the reach like for you? The Facebook and Instagram platform. The Facebook and Instagram platform each have over 1 billion users worldwide, which means that you have got a huge collection of potential customers at your fingertips. It's huge. It's huge. So you can now target specific segment of people with your ads for your startup, like folks who live within your vicinity. You may not necessarily have to target everyone because of your lean budget, but you can grow strategically. You can say, okay, no problem. I want to reach people within Asabanambra. I want to reach everybody within Lagos. I want to reach people in Port Harcourt. I want to reach people in Abuja. You can speak based on your demographic. The same thing is applicable to Twitter. Twitter provides several advertising options that help you raise awareness of your startup, your product, or to win clients. Drives people to your website, attract new followers, and more. You can also target people by their demographic, like I've said, their location, their interests, their age, whatever you want to achieve, based on certain keywords you can use on your tweets. You can also use the LinkedIn ads for startups. This opportunity connects you with other like-minded professionals. If you check my LinkedIn, because I'm in the pharma industry, I have a huge connection with people within the pharma industry and also within the FMCG industry and also within the coaching industry. Right, so LinkedIn also offers you the ability to focus your marketing efforts on specific collections of people, like those who work in particular industry, like I have shared previously, or have certain job title. Are we together?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Please go ahead. Yes, we are. It's awesome.
Looking at content marketing. Content marketing, as it implies, is that you showcase what you have. It focuses on creating or sharing contents like your blog posts, your articles, your videos, your podcasts, infographics, or for your target audience. What is the content that you want to expose to your customers? What is the unrivaled benefits? What are the futures of your products that you want to extend to your customers? Content marketing is so powerful. Why? Because over time, content marketing can prove to be very cost-effective tactics that leads to big benefits for your business. If I check you online, I'm not checking you online to see your face. I'm checking you online to possibly see the content that you have. I'm checking you online to see things about you, your product, or your person as a personal brand. You see, so not only can it help you attract or convert new customers, it is also a great way to establish yourself as a trusted source for information in your field. So I'm looking for greatness. I'm going online to check her, sorry. I'm looking at the things she has done. I'm looking at her videos. That's why I appreciated, the background she set for the foundation. These are contents. These are contents. So what is that content that you want to showcase by your product or by your brand? All this while we have been talking about online marketing. A minute, please. Just a minute, please.
Thank you for having me.
On financial literacy, and we are so excited to have you with us, Madam Mutuayo.
You're welcome, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you. Do not take your presence for granted.
Yes, so thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Greatness, I'm back.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Daniel. Over to you, sir.
Sorry, the light went off. Sorry, I had to ask them to fix some things. Right, we've been talking about the online, so we're looking at the offline promotion for startups. Right, online marketing is the main focus for many startups, but it's important for us to also know that there is still plenty of value in offline promotion. And I'll just share a few ideas. And the first is create a business card. Like I said, the first thing you have to do in terms of marketing is introduce yourself, what you do and what you have to sell, and the unrivaled benefit that your product extends to your existing customers or will-be clients, right? So offline, you create a business card or a brochure. You know, these are physical items that introduces you, possibly also introduces your brands directly to your clients. And it's convenient. It gives a great impression of you and also tells you potential client, you know, it gives that impression to your potential client and what you have to offer. I remember during one of my visits at Dubai, I remember I got a taxi, and when I was done, the taxi guy gave me his card and said, during your stay, please feel free to call me whenever you need my service. Impressive. I still kept that card till date because that card from a taxi driver is even finer than mine. It gave me a good impression. So design and print professional business cards with the name of your business, your contact information, and your logo. Or you can also create a detailed, document called brochure that explains what you do and what type of product or stuffs that you sell or business you do and the industry that you play in. Right. Then look for networking opportunities where you can hand them out to your peers and potential customers. Networking opportunities. Networking opportunities. So you go for business meetings, you hand them over to your peers, you hand them over to your clients, you hand them over to your will-be clients. It simply tells them that this is what you do, this is the industry that you play, and if the need arises, they can reach out to you, for a business deal, even though you're not there. So when you have your business card, the next thing is go where your customers are. You see, when you're just starting out, networking plays a key role in developing relationships and getting your businesses off the ground. You need to know people who play in that industry. You need to know your potential customers. You don't have to wait for them. You have to go to where they are. So be on the lookout for opportunities to have face-to-face interactions with people who might be interested in your goods and in your services. Immediately I got on this platform and I heard that Mr. Awolola works with with the Ministry of Health. It struck, a chord in me. Oh, that's why I play. That's why I play. It's an opportunity. Right, so after this meeting, possibly I will have a personal conversation with him to tell him that this is the services and products that I offer. When that is in place, then you get people talking. How do you get people talking? Visit trade shows or conferences, attend meetups with entrepreneurs, people within your industry, outside of your industries, in your local area, in your church, in your mosque, wherever you are. Get them talking. Ask questions. Get feedback from them. And then do a bit research and seek out one-on-one meetings with people who can help you get your business to the next level. You need to network in marketing. Seek out one-on-one meeting if you have identified that this person is critical to the next phase of my business. Seek out a one-on-one meeting. And what are you learning in that meeting? How to advance your business and how to move your business to the next level. Word of mouth is one of the most effective marketing tools for startups. When people hear that your co-workers had a great experience with your business, product or services, what happens? There's a good chance they are going to give you a try. So try to create a great customer experience and exceed expectations every step of the way. For startups, I've realized that most businesses die because people, walk-in customers, clients don't have great, customer experience. And word of mouth is so powerful. I've been here for about 15 years. Word of mouth is so powerful. I remember there was a time a product of ours had a problem, and then we just a pharmacy in one not an urban area, and the woman gave us a feedback about the efficacy of the product, and then we took it up. And that product was actually an imported product, and so we escalated it. I mean, our partners had to fly all the way from India just to see that woman. Because if that woman goes ahead to tell her customer, that does not work, and that customer goes ahead to tell other customers, that does not work, and that customer goes to tell other customer, that does not work, the chain begins to grow. It's a dent on your reputation, it's a dent on the quality of your product, and you may not have that opportunity to reclaim the lost market. So word of mouth is a powerful, effective tool. Let every walk-in client, potential customers and customers that encounters your business, let them live with that experience that they want to return again. Right. I'm going to end here. We're not going to elaborate on this, but I'm just going to give you an idea that for your startup marketing, you need to measure the success of your campaign. Right. Because startups are limited in funds and resources, it's important that every naira spent to get leads are measured. Every marketing investment is tailored to a measurable result. So there are 3 ways to use this data to inform your startup market techniques or campaign. I'll just drop that here and I'll take questions. The first one is to set and track your marketing KPIs. The second is to test it, iterate, and repeat. And the third is learn what works for your audience. Remember we said that when you go out with your marketing strategy, you keep adjusting until you get what works for your audience. So I'll leave it at this. If we have opportunity some other time, I'll focus on how you can measure your marketing input with your startups. Thank you.
Wow, awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
Thank you. Wow. I just have had an amazing time. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel David. Thank you for the insights shared. Thank you. It was a very, I don't know, every other person, am I the only one feeling that we've gotten great value this afternoon? Please, let's show your appreciation in the chat room.
Let's see, Blessed, right? This is Blessed, the module. Demcal, Madam Ngozi, Mr. Demcal, Mr. Olusegun Kayode, Mr. Oluwaseun Fajano. Okay, so Demcal is saying it was a great session. Oluwaseun Fajano is also saying great. And yes, thanks, Mr. Daniel David. Great. Thank you, everyone. So we're going into the question and answer session. I just want to quickly make 2 announcements, and I would, after the question and answer, while we wait for you to drop your question, or if you have a question, you can raise your hand. Mr. David, I'll just stop sharing your screen briefly to just show 2 slides, and I would, while we wait for the question and answer. So I understand that it's been a quite difficult year, and I would like to support you if you need mental health support. If If you need mental health support, you feel anxious, you feel angry, you feel depressed, you feel traumatized, please feel free to send me a mail or a WhatsApp message or WhatsApp call, preferably, if you need mental health support. I'm doing free sessions for now. Also, I need your help for the family sphere of influence. I wrote a book that addresses the family sphere of influence, Rescued by Love, Why I Cancelled My Wedding. And it's not fiction, it's my true life story. And it comes with 2 other ebooks. So the other 2 ebooks, one is 30 life lessons at 30, while the other one is the one that I said, I need you to push me to finish and submit my publisher. That's Making Sweet Lemonade Out of a Bitter Lemon. But of course, we all know that I've launched the Rescued by Love, Why I Cancelled My Wedding. It's available on e-copy, on Amazon, Okada, and hard copy as well. So if you're buying 5 copies and above, you get it for 2,500. For a copy with these other 2 comes at 5,000 Naira. And if you need advisory services for your CIPM exam, please contact me. I'm an associate of the Institute, and I'm really, really ready to help. Do we have questions in the session now? Okay. You are muted, Madam Marianne.
No questions in the chat room, but they may want to unmute themselves.
As I said, they should raise their hand. I'll just take the profile of our next speaker next week. Our profile for the speaker for next week, pardon me, is Pastor Shinaike. She resides in the UK, and she's an agile practitioner and DSDM coach. She's a corporate and executive coach. I've experienced her coaching. I said it on the group page earlier this week, that she sowed the seed of coaching into my life. You know, she came from the UK to Nigeria in 2017, and she gave me a free taster, and I was like, wow, I like this coaching, I like it. You know, so she's been doing this for over 25 years, and I would really recommend that we do not miss that. That will be the final session for the Financial Independence Workshop, and we have titled it, What is Limiting Your Finance? So we'll be talking about limiting beliefs what has limited your account balance, right? So she's a certified coach in the UK and a certified mentor as well. So I can see Oluwaseun Fajano says he has a question. So you can unmute yourself and turn on your video and ask a question. Over to you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
You have the floor.
Okay, I can't hear. Okay, she says he or she, I don't know. Oluwaseun Fajano says just type. Okay. Someone, I saw a question earlier. Okay, the person said he's trying to connect with you on LinkedIn, is asking for your email. Yeah. Okay, so Oluwaseun Fajano is a he. Thank you for correcting me. So we are waiting for your question because we have to go by 3 latest.
Okay, may I just jump in while we are waiting for the question? Let me quickly remind you, the link for the feedback is in the chat box. Please do well to fill out the feedback form. It helps us do better. Please fill out the link. Thank you. Fill out the form. Thank you. Okay. So Oluwaseun's question is here, and he says, what are some of the professional certifications that one needs to be a good sales or marketing professional, brand management, etc.? Did you get the question? What are some of the professional certifications that one needs to be a good sales or marketing professional, or brand management, etc.?
Oluwaseun, thanks for that question. The number, of certification. At least one of them is what's it called? Chartered Institute of Marketing, United Kingdom, that I know of. There's another one, CIMPM, that has to do with sales. They number. If you just go online, you will see them. But most importantly, it's also dependent on what you want for yourself as a professional, right? I always say to people, it's good to have this certification, but if this certification do not impact your competence, do not impact your delivery, then you never had them, right? So you can just check online and you see so many of them. But getting the certification does not mean you'll be very good. It is taking the things you have learned and putting them to work that makes you outstanding.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know my uncle now, Mr. Adedola Atolagbe, your friend. You know he's a chartered marketer. So he's a member of the NIIM, so I know that. And one thing I've learned from Coach Mo, my mentor, Mrs. Mo Adefamiti Motumayo, honestly, I remember when she was interacting with me and she said, you know so much, but you're not doing so much, right? So using that knowledge is what is the most important. It's not getting the certification. If you are not applying it, in fact, it will shock you that some people that are not certified, they have these skills because they've used it more, and they are better than those that even have the certification. So it's beautiful to have the certification, but the most important thing is to apply everything you have learned. See, nobody denies proofs. That's one thing I've learned. This word is a word of proofs, results. When we see results and proofs, we don't even ask for certification. Although, yes, I notice Nigerians are big on certification. When you say, oh, NIIM, PMP, PDP, APC, they like all those things. I don't know for what reason, but then it's just beautiful to get the experience. Any other question, please? Any other question? So I want to say thank you once again to Mr. Daniel David for taking out your Saturday afternoon. Saturdays are precious, especially to you as both an employee and an entrepreneur. Thank you so much for taking out your time to add value to us. Thank you for taking out your time to, add to us. Someone is saying that,
Hello,
okay, no shame. Is Blessed talking? Mr. Blessed?
Yeah, I'm having problems with my connection. So that's why I'm not able to ask my question. So sorry for taking you guys back. But my question is,
hear you clearly. I don't know if others can. Your network is low. It's showing that your network is low from this hand.
Wow.
Okay,
use the chat box.
Do you mind using the chat box?
I can't even find the chat box now.
Oh, really? Okay, but your voice has picked up,
okay,
so maybe you can go ahead.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Daniel, thank you very much for your contribution and everything that you have to say. My question is, for me, I'm going into information marketing. I don't know whether you understand what that means. Hello?
Into information marketing.
I can hear you. You're going to information marketing, okay?
Yes, marketing digital products and all of that. So I'm
marketing.
Marketing information.
Okay.
Marketing information.
Like marketing information. So I want to know if you have any idea of how well or how best I can go about it, like very, very effective to start, I can succeed in it. Because I'm just testing the waters now. I just got started not too long ago.
Okay, thank you for that question. I would say I really do not know much about marketing information. But whatever you're going into as a start out, the principles for start outs are all the same, right? And like I shared in my presentation, you need to be very clear about the goals of your business, right? You need to be very clear about it. When I mean goal, what is driving you, right? Because what is driving you is what will sustain you, even when the business is not making sense. I remember sharing that if money is the goal, it is not sustainable. But if you are out to solve a problem and there is no money, it's only for a short term. Why? So you need to be clear about that. Secondly, you may need to have to grow a network of people who have gone ahead of you, right? They will be in a better position to help craft your business, give you better professional counsel on how to start out with your business. Are you with me? Okay, so I would suggest that you look out for people who have been in that field. They'll be in a better place to give you professional counsels or information that is specific for that industry.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Thank you so much. I hope that answers your question, Mr. Blessed Imodu. Is actually a trained coach as well. We both did our coaching certification with Lanre Olusola Coaching Academy. Thank you for joining us, Coach Blessed. Thank you, Coach Daniel David. I'm coming for your coaching session, you know, after the call. So everyone, we appreciate everyone for joining. Thank you, Madam Marianne Anwuli, for moderating today's session. I think today you made it, what's the word? You made it very, very peaceful for me, unlike last week and subsequent one. I'll be under pressure. I'm thinking of doing this, I'm thinking of doing that. Thank you so much for reaching out to me to, you know, moderate today's session. I'm really, really, really grateful. You made it so beautiful. I appreciate you. And thank you, Coach. Hey, good. She's a mentor. Mentor, Morning Stewards. Thank you so much. Queen Usenono Evans, thank you for joining. Oluwaseun Fajino. I should stop recording.